Hi gang and Assalamualaikum. Today we are back with today's episode, and as you may know, we are the continuation of the WhatsApp Gang podcast where we discuss about certain issues globally and locally with alumni. So the point of this podcast is because we want to inspire and we want to share knowledge with future leaders and change makers. But before that, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel Hi Gang Podcast, our Facebook which is JBS Negara and Belia.my, our Instagram and TikTok is JBS Negara. Our X is JBS_Negara. And don't forget to go to our website which is www.kbs.gov.my as well as www.jbsn.gov.my. If you happen to talk about us on your socials, don't forget to use the hashtag KBS, hashtag JBSN, hashtag JBSN bersama, and hashtag Rakan Muda. Alright? So, today we have a very, very special guest, a very good friend of mine, which is Mr. Muhammad Faris Daniel bin Salihuddin, the third year student of Bachelor of Law, UKM. Hi Faris, lama
Hi
tak
Fira,
jumpa.
how are you? You doing good?
I'm doing good. So,
Me too.
actually, Faris is our youth leader from my batch. We both went to Korea in the same batch.
Yes.
So it's so good to see you
Yes,
here, bro.
and Fira is my media master, the best media master ever.
Okay, so today's topic is cultural bridges and exchange. So, from your experience, I personally have learned so much from our Korea trip.
Yeah.
Especially, we met a lot of people. We did a
Yes.
lot of things. We did not have enough time.
Agree.
And I want
Agree.
to do everything again. So, for you, Faris, can you share your experience and what inspired you to apply for this exchange program? And what were your expectations before joining? Macam, apa yang you nak?
Yeah. Okay, thank you Fira for that question. So, I think before I answer that question, let me explain to you a little bit about myself. Because as you know, I'm still students, third year law students. And during my life, I never been involved in any exchange program like this one. So, for me, when I started to know the exchange program under JBSN,
Yes.
so
Excited ah.
at first, I'm not interested.
Oi.
Yeah, because
Really?
because for me, why I want to join this program? Is it can give benefits to me?
Wow.
Because as a law students, of course, I think I should focus on my study, right?
Betul?
But
Yes.
somehow, one of my friends, he share the link of the applications for the JBSN, for the exchange program, and he keep asking and persuade me to join the program. So, thanks to my friend, because of him, I literally apply and join the program. Yeah,
Menyesal tak? Tak menyesal.
tak menyesal.
You better not.
Yes.
Okay. So, like, what did you expect when you wanted to join? Like, when you hantar the application,
Yeah.
what were you expecting? Were you expecting like, oh, dapat pergi Korea? Or are you like looking for the like, I want to meet the big people of Korea and I want to make money? Like, what were you thinking?
So actually at first place, my expectation is totally different dengan apa yang jadi sekarang. Because at first place, I not sure that my decision is correct decision or not. Because we need to submit our resume, AC, and after that we want to go to the selection camp, right?
Yes.
And during the selection camps, they have a lot of things that I need to learn. So from me, my expectation is very different because it shows that how I want to say, the thing that happened during the selection camp is very important for us to before we fly to Korea.
Because I feel like
Yeah,
when
yeah.
we were at the selection camp,
Yeah.
we underwent a lot of activities like waking up at 6
Yes.
and then sleeping at 4.
Yes.
So it was very, very challenging both physically and mentally, but it was because it was getting us ready for the trip.
Yeah.
Because when we were in
Yeah.
Korea, what happened? We had to rush here and there because they were really, really on time, right?
Yeah.
So
and,
it's very, very beneficial.
And I want to share you some of my experience because before I went to Korea with you, the year before, I also applied the same application, but it just post COVID-19.
Virtual.
Yes, so it's virtuals. It's conducted online. So the next year, I try to apply again, the same process again, and Alhamdulillah, I have with you go to Korea together.
Passport chop together.
Yeah.
Okay, did you like the japchae?
Japchae? The like kimchi one?
The japchae is the bihun.
Oh, I forgot. Sorry. Yeah. It's my favorite one.
He needs to go to Korea again.
Yeah, japchae.
Favorite one,
Kimchi.
dan
Apa lagi kita makan?
jajangmyeon and
Jjajangmyeon.
tteokbokki.
Yeah, tteokbokki. I still remember one of our best friend. He eat a lot of foods, right?
Yeah.
Daniel Lee, you remember him?
Daniel Lee, I love him.
Daniel Lee, if you watch this podcast, please remember about what happened during Korea.
Okay, so when talking about Daniel Lee and memorable moments, right?
Yeah.
So can you share me any that you find like unforgettable when we were in Korea?
So apart from foods and places that we visited, for me, I love the people, the Korea delegation, because we just meet them just a few days, but they treat us like family, right?
Yes.
The way they treat us, the way they bring us to many places. So for me, the Korean delegates, our friends, were very friendly and
warm.
warm. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember when we were in Myeongdong,
Yeah.
and then they were walking
Okay.
to go to our hotel while we were on the bus.
Oh my God.
They,
Yeah, yes.
They sanggup walk from train to train, like all the way around, just
For
to meet
us.
us at the hotel.
Yes.
And then when we reached the hotel, we wanted to go to Myeongdong again.
Yeah. The sacrifice.
The sacrifice and the people, yes.
Yeah.
The fact that you said people is what reminded me of the warmness over there, because they are very, very friendly, and if you need any help, even after the program has ended, we still connected and reply to each other's stories.
Yeah.
So it's really, really unforgettable.
Yes, and apart from the Korea delegations, the most interesting memories also about the Malaysian delegations, our teammates.
Oh!
We have 20 members, including the youth national leader and also the youth leader. So for me, how I managed to know you guys is very memorable things for me, because I meet a lot of person, and that one person that I still remember is my roommate.
Oh,
Remember
your
my
best
roommate?
friend?
Yeah, my best friend. Yes,
Ah.
because for me, he think differently like us, right? His act, the way
Hat.
he's thinking, yeah, his hat, wear the hat every time. So that's why our national leader asked me to become the discipline master and asked me to
Take care of him.
take care of him since the pre-departure training until we finish program. So there are lots of things that we know what that he did during the program, right?
So it was very, very unforgettable.
Yeah, unforgettable.
And definitely is carved into our minds forever.
Yes.
Okay, so when talking about that guy and
Okay.
challenges,
And challenges, yes.
so can you share some, and what did you do to overcome them?
Okay, so for me, for the challenges in overall view, of course, the challenges as a youth leader is how I want to manage the team. How I want to make sure all of you guys can work together as a team, because you guys have different personality, different way of thinking. So how I want to make sure there is no issue between you guys. So the thing that I can do, my initiative is I don't want you guys to feel pressure or stress. So that's why I want you guys to enjoy, but at the same time, I must follow up with all of you. Like Fira is one of the the delegates that I need to follow up every week and every month. Fira,
Don't lah,
dah siap media, poster Fira. Because she's very busy woman, right?
Okay, no.
Yeah.
No.
No. So that's the one of
yes.
the challenges. As a
But
youth
I'm
leader.
glad that you overcome that with that. And
But
I'm one of the challenge.
But are you okay with that?
Of course I'm okay with that.
Okay.
But I remember one of the challenges that I remember is that a lot of people found it difficult to stay on time.
Yes.
Right? So and then some people were quite particular with food.
Yeah.
So the way that we overcome it is by waking up, like chucking ketuk-ketuk pintu each other in the
Yes.
morning, and
Agree,
then for the food, Alhamdulillah, we had sponsors, right?
Yes.
With the kerang, except for Daniel Lee. He tibai.
He tibai, Daniel. And for me, the preparation before we fly to Korea is one of the challenges too, because we need to prepare a lot of things, right? We need to prepare the sponsorship, the poster, the logistic, the technical master. And talking about technical, the guy that we talked about just now, he was the technical master, and I do not deny he was very expert in technical. He know every wired, HDMI, VGA, audio. Itu kelebihan dia. But the challenges is sometimes he want to do what he want. He don't want to listen to anyone.
I
Right?
see. So that's when your leadership skills come.
Yes.
Which is you have to, like, you don't want to pressure people. At the same
Yeah.
time, you have to make people do certain things,
Yeah.
right?
But,
So there's always a balance.
But I'm still grateful because he still listen to me.
Finally.
Yeah, finally.
All right. For the next question, in what ways did living in a different culture influence your perspective on the world and your own identity?
For my perspective, I think it's really helped me and teach me in enhance my soft skills. Besides that, also helped me to improve my knowledge about culture exchange, because we learn a lot of things about culture, Malaysia and Korea culture. We learn their dance,
Their food.
their food.
Do you remember the ramen with ice?
Yes, I do like it.
You don't
I
like
didn't like it, yeah.
I finished it.
You finish it?
Yeah, I finished it. So, like, there's different culture.
Yeah.
Like, I've never heard of people eating ramen
With ice.
right?
And it's spicy, right?
Yes, it's spicy. So it's really interesting.
Oh, so maybe the ice is want to reduce the spicy.
Maybe.
Maybe.
So in terms of your own identity, how did this exchange change you?
My identity for me, because when we learn a lot of new things, we communicate a lot of people. It really helped me to overcome my problems. Which is before this, sometimes I do not brave enough to talk to people, especially the one who is, berpangkat besar,
Superior.
like superior. So sometimes I feel
Anxious.
So from this program, I learn how to manage and I learn how to communicate with this kind of people, because of course, as a youth leader, I need to make sure all the things, the communication between the government and our team, and between the Korean delegates and Malaysia delegates must be smooth. So I think it's helped me in my personality.
True. And recently you also went to another exchange program,
Yes,
right? So it all
yes.
started with
Yes.
this first exchange program that you at first didn't want to join.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy for you. So hopefully the viewers here who are anxious to, like, talk to superiors can
Yeah.
learn a few things from our best friend here, Mr. Faris. Okay?
Yes, because I think, imagine in this world where all the what we call peluang semua ni, we cannot get if we don't try. If you never
True.
try, you cannot get it.
Betul.
So for me, whatever happen in our life, you must try, get out of your comfortable zone, outside the box, and inshallah the outcome will be the good one.
Love.
Love.
So the next question is, how has participating in the exchange program influenced your career aspirations or academic pursuits? Because right now you're learning law.
Yeah.
And exchange is like closely related to international relations.
Okay.
So what do you think?
Career aspiration and another one?
Academic pursuits.
Academic pursuit. So I will answer in to answer.
Mhm.
So for the first one, what the first one?
How has participating in the exchange program influenced your career aspirations
career
and academic
aspiration.
pursuits?
So for me, in my career aspiration as a law student, of course, I learned a lot about law, act, human rights. But Alhamdulillah, I'm grateful because during this program, we have a lot of discussions about policy makers, about human rights. Because if you remember, when we were at Korea, we visited the Ministry of Gender Equality and Women, right?
Yes.
And during that day, we managed to discuss with the minister and with the pegawai about how the policy makers in Korea. So for me, it is really related with my major, law. And of course, where there are a lot of discussion, teamworks between the youth in Korea and also in Malaysia, automatically it helps me again to, how I want to say, to grow. Yeah, as a students in the university.
I see, because people who are like, for example, if you are from a Bachelor of Statistics,
Yeah,
right?
okay.
You're thinking of going to this exchange program thinking like, oh, I'm not going to get anything, it's statistics. But here you are studying law, yet you still get to learn. So
Yes.
it doesn't depend on your, your class or your course. It's all about expanding your horizon and learning the best, because when you go out of Malaysia, you are automatically exposed to different settings, different people, different cultures, so it's automatically something that you will gain for the rest of your life.
Yeah,
Right?
I agree, yes. And that's why I already changed my mindset, because before this, I really don't like the exchange program, because law student after this, you want to go to Chambering, you want to practice. But actually, these programs give you a lot of exposure. And that's why this is the most valuable things that I think as a students, I need to have this kind of things.
Yes.
The
Because
exposure.
it makes you stand out when you go for an interview for your internship, for example.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So the next question.
Okay.
What skills or knowledge did you gain from your exchange program that you believe will benefit you in the future?
Of course, I'm gonna say that as a youth leader, of course, leadership skills. Yeah, because I'm sure without this program, I cannot be a good leader as now. Now I'm not
Kaki
the
kipas ni.
good leader, but how I manage to do an events, how to manage the teams, how to manage the programs, everything is literally same from these programs. So of course I can relate in my life right now.
For the viewers who might not understand, because every contingent who goes to an exchange program, we
Yeah.
will have a leader, a youth leader and an assistant youth leader. So Faris was our leader for the contingent, so it was a very good experience for him to be able to lead all of us and like
Yeah.
keep us on track. So I am very grateful to have you as our leader, because I did not feel pressure at all, even though he did pressure me.
Really?
So, looking back, right?
Okay.
Looking back, what was the most valuable aspect of your exchange program experience and why?
Valuable aspects. I think
Yes.
it's related with the question before. So beside from the leadership skills, of course, the communication skills, the knowledge, how I want to learn about the Korea culture, the dance. So for me, all these aspects very important to make sure our delegates have a better and everyone can see a good image lah from the Malaysia delegation.
True. For me, when I went to the buildings over there,
Okay.
if you remember, there was like the government buildings in the
Yeah.
middle of the city,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then the cleanliness of everything, the architectural structure, it makes you feel so in awe. And you want the same thing for your country, right?
Yes.
So when you go out of your comfort zone, you go out of your country, you will feel like, oh, this is not the world. Malaysia is not the world. There is so much more than Malaysia. And if we were at our age,
Yeah.
at that time, with our own money, there is no way we can afford going to Korea
Yeah.
for a week.
That's why I'm very grateful.
So this experience for me has been life-changing, and I bet it has with you and our previous batches as well.
yeah.
Right?
Of course.
Okay, so if you could give
Okay.
one advice
One advice.
to future, like
Yes.
for applicants, for future
Okay.
applicants, like what would you say to them?
So for me, what you guys can do right now, if you feel introvert, you don't want to try anything, you must try, because as I say just now, if you don't try, you will never know what is the outcome for your applications. So if you guys likes and love to explore more about the world, for example, you want to go overseas, and during these programs, the list of the country is Japan, Korea, Brunei, Singapore, Indonesia, and a lot of others events. So I really hope that you guys can apply and spend your time with this application and programs.
Oh, okay. So Faris, I
Yeah.
remember that you mentioned that you went to the virtual program first, right?
Yes.
And then when we were in Korea, the delegates from the last year's
Yeah.
batch also came to visit.
Yeah, of course, the sacrifice again, because they come literally far. Some live in Busan, and they come to
Seoul.
Seoul. Like they need to take the train to come to Seoul just to meet us.
And it was a few hours, right? Right?
Yes.
It's like from us, KL, going to Malacca.
No, going to Terengganu.
Really?
Is it? No, I'm not sure.
Ke buat teruk.
Yeah, but
So-
it's one of the memorable moments, right? And you guys also meet them, right?
Yes. So I didn't apply for last year's, the last 2 years application, but I still got to meet them, and they were friendly to me. Like I was a part of the delegation that year. So it was really, really wholesome to see. And then they just met you guys for like
One night.
half an hour?
Yeah.
1 hour?
1
and then
hour.
they went back.
Yeah.
So the collective
Yes.
togetherness is very, very strong. And I don't know, if they were to come to Malaysia,
Of
would
course.
you do it?
Of course, I will pick up them at the airport
Like
with my
Miss
friends.
Sula?
Yes, like Miss Sula. Miss Sula is one of our licensed officers at Korea, and after we finish our programs, the next few months, she went to Malaysia.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And we were very welcoming. Daniel Lee, Zulfa, and with other guys, we invite them to go to restaurants, eat together, open house, and I didn't join you guys, but I managed to send her back to the airport.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this whole exchange thing, it's not just about you gaining something,
Yeah.
but when people treat you that well, you feel like
We
that
need
is
to-
the new standard.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Aside from that,
Yeah, of
what
course.
do you think would you prefer if you were to go again?
Okay.
What do you want to do?
Of course, first thing first, I want to meet all my Korean friends. All the delegation, of course. And I think if I go to Korea again, I will not book hotel or Airbnb, because they already tell me, if you come to Korea, we are very welcoming. You can sleep in our house. We will buy you foods and everything.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes.
But Fira, I want to ask you a question too.
Oh, seram.
Because just now you asked me about my memorable moments.
Mm.
So how about you? Because if I'm not mistaken, you bought a lot of makeup, a lot of what we call
Skincare.
skincare.
Okay, so the thing about Korea is the K-beauty. The K-beauty, the K-pop, the K everything, right?
Yeah.
So on that one day, I remember the first thing the girl said when we landed was, nak pergi Olive Young. And then by the end of the 6 days, we were tired of
Every
Olive
day.
Young. Every day.
Every day we go to Olive Young. I don't know why.
It's basically like Watsons, but for Korea, and
it's
yes,
cheaper, right?
And it's cheaper, especially in Myeongdong is rumored to be more expensive, but you know it is the cheapest than Olive Young. But one thing I really like is the food over there. The food.
Of course, the food.
Me and Daniel Lee, we eat.
You eat a lot of foods.
Because I remember the japchae over there, the food taste is very different than the one in Malaysia.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the recipes of kimchi in Malaysia is like different than the one in Korea. You know, it's like Mama in Penang and Mama in KL. It's the same Hamidia, but it's not the same Hamidia.
But if you still remember the last day, is it we met our own kimchi? Is it?
Oh yes.
Is it the sauce?
Gochujang.
Gochujang, yeah.
We made our gochujang.
Have you tried?
I did not because I cannot stand the spiciness.
It's quite spicy.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. So, I just remembered about the gochujang thing. We did a lot of things. There were like barrels. It was the most number of barrels for gochujang in Korea, right? I feel like we learned so much over there. We learned through communication, and then we saw the border of North Korea. Do you remember?
I remember. Is it near Paju, if I'm not mistaken?
Near
When we meet the youth.
Paju.
Yeah, Paju.
Paju or Jeonju?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dorebang? You know Dorebang? Karaoke?
Oh yeah, Dorebang. Okay, long story. Okay, so anyway, thank you so much to Faris for your wonderful insight and
Thank you,
valuable
Fira.
information. We appreciate from the bottom of our hearts, from the High Gang podcast team, we would like to say thank you for your time. And for our viewers, we would just like to remind you that everything happens for a reason, so you should definitely try and apply because you won't miss anything if you try, alright? And before we end it, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on IG and TikTok, which is on @JBS Negara. So, see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See you.